Why is it happening? Has it happened? And how does it affect you? Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Billy Drury, real estate expert. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Very good. 10 short, sharp questions.
Yeah, far away. Christmas, it's coming around so quickly now. I cannot believe how fast the end of the year is creeping up on us. And
It's
people
here.
are certainly talking about it at open homes. It's probably the number one conversation we're having
People want to
before.
know what's happening. What the hell's
Yeah,
happening? Rentals, with sales. Now, 10 short, sharp questions. And I'm going to frame these questions up, guys and girls. In December and January, do humans have more time to do what they want?
yeah, absolutely. I think people are on holiday from the 18th of December. That's when schools break, and that's when the week before Christmas. That's when people are jumping on their computers.
Do people remove their properties from the market because they think it's Christmas?
Absolutely. For two reasons. One, they think it's just not going to sell. And two, they feel like they need a break. They've been on market for the year. They need family time. They need rest. They're putting the pause button on.
Do buyers end up doing the same thing, or are they still eagle-eyed and keeping an eye out for something? Or
They
have
go
they
the other way
just...
round. Yeah, they've got a combination of time to do what they love. They've also got urgency to buy, and that might be self-imposed or bank-imposed. They might be bank-imposed with a pre-approval limit, and if they don't buy, they need to be reassessed. Or they might be self-imposed. There's people upsizing, downsizing. They might have sold. They might have a baby on the way, need to buy. They might need to get into places for school catchment. Lots of different reasons.
Do people require bank finance most of the time?
Yeah, most of the time. I'd say at least 60-70% of our transactions.
Do they have pre-approvals for 90 days?
Yeah, 90 days. And that's 90 days for an exchange, not settlement. So you can still exchange within the 90 days and then settle in 2, 3, 4 months. That's when your bank will give the unconditional finance once they've got the contract.
Do real estate agents go on holidays in December and January?
Yes. Yep.
Do real estate agents convince their clients that it's a quiet period because they're going on holidays?
Yeah, absolutely. That's no coincidence. All the stock launches on week 3 of January.
So does a lot of stock hit the market after the December, January explosion,
It
i.e.
feels like,
after Australia Day?
yeah, it feels, I think year on year, it feels like there's a lot of stock. But the reality is it's a combination of new properties that have just waited for getting over New Year. And then there's also a touch of properties coming back to market that might have been withdrawn or paused. So basically Christmas at the peak, we half our stock levels to get to Christmas. And then it picks up about another, tries to pick up like a quarter of the percent, quarter of the stock that was missing.
Do Novak agents, as a result of everything we just spoke about, stay on deck on December and January and don't go to sleep?
Yeah, I reckon we're one of the only teams that work all the way through for our clients. And it's a busy period because, there's other agents that are away. And so they, can help support them. And there's also other, teams in Sydney that are away. So clients just turn to people that are open.
So after those 10 questions I just asked about the explosion, the internet explosion, what actually happens on the internet in December and January? Fact. And we've got data from realestate.com, from our website, from domain.com.au to support this. What happens on the internet with property?
You didn't mention social media as well. The analytics are crazy. Like, I'm talking like a 30-40% spike on an increase for the amount of people online looking at property, inquiring on property. And it does translate at times through to open home numbers. Sometimes the opens are quieter, but sometimes they're actually quite busy.
So in December and January, they are the record high months for any of the 12 months for property searching.
On the internet, correct? Yeah.
So if I'm selling or if I'm renting, why the hell would I withdraw my property from the market or not come onto the market in this period?
I think the only reason people, shouldn't is if they feel like they need a break or if they need, the home for family reasons over Christmas. Otherwise, it can be a really good opportunity. A lot of people are going the other direction, and if you can be the one door that's open and active and staying on top of things, there's a very good chance that there might be a buyer walking through, as I said, with either a self-imposed or a bank-imposed timeline to buy, and it creates magic. It's like a
Now,
match made in heaven.
if you're a buyer and you want to find a serious seller, this is the time to find a serious seller. If there is someone doing open homes through Christmas period, obviously not Christmas Day, not public holidays, but through the Christmas period, they've got to be a goddamn serious seller and serious renter and serious real estate agent if they're operating through that period. So message to buyers and tenants out there is this is the time to transact. This is how you easily sort out the boys from the men when it comes to who wants to sell and who wants to rent their property out. These guys aren't these sellers and renters and landlords are not mucking around. They mean business.
And tell us what's happening with stock levels, because I reckon this is the start of the stock level fall.
Which was interesting. We just spoke about it off air before with one Lisa Novak and Billy Drury. This is the first week where we've recorded a stock drop in 16 weeks. We've seen more properties on the market week by week by week until this week.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I think we're about 6 weeks out from the week of Christmas now, and week on week, it'll be interesting to see if that keeps going down as rapid as it has. 5 or 10% this week, I think it was, wasn't it, Mark? We lost about 30 properties.
Yep. That's on realestate.com.au, Northern Beaches. Went from 980 properties to like 930.
Yeah, yeah, and you can expect that, there's going to be properties not recorded on realestate.com that will, follow that trend as well. So it's an interesting time. It is a really interesting time. Last year, despite what a lot of other people were saying, the market being quiet at Christmas, there was an exchange done from the fish and chip shop Christmas Eve.
What fish and chip shop?
I was sitting at Freshwater Fish and Chip Shop exchanging contracts for a two-bedroom apartment in DY. Yeah.
And you know what? Over the years, these Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, these selling, it's not just getting an offer accepted, but we're actually exchanging them. We're selling them in these periods. It is bananas that it happens. People. The bottom line, guys and girls, is you can't turn this emotion off. If you've got to get the business done, and there are dates in the way, you will still get it done, right? So
Yeah.
you have to feed the monster. You've got to buy, or you've got to sell, or you've got to rent, and you're doing the business. Nothing's in your way. If anything, you've got more time than any other time of the year to actually devote some time to actually researching and buying and going to see these properties. So. Don't believe the hype so what I want to say out of today is don't believe the hype that there's not business being done. Don't believe the hype that it's quiet. It's the opposite. It is busy. Fact. And don't believe that you won't be able to buy or sell through this next sort of 8-week period. We've consistently been open through this period for almost 20 years, and it is bonkers. So get in there.
Can I leave my finishing piece of advice for buyers and sellers? Because obviously they're worried about Christmas dates and public holiday dates getting in the way.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
find a buyer, or the buyer finds you and you want to do a deal and your solicitor's not around or there are banks on skeleton staff, you can always propose a 10-day cooling off period. That's 14, pretty much 2 weeks by the time you factor in your weekends. That'll get you through all the holiday dates, and it still gives some kind of commitment from either side.
Wow. Well, there you go, beautiful people. That's my Christmas tip. Just quietly, I've bought property on purpose in this period because I thought it was just a great period to transact, and I had time, and we're witnesses of it happening all the time. So get in there.
Yeah, and the open homes for the next 3 weeks, everyone's either talking about a short settlement or positioning themselves. There's not many people that are researching for next year. I think they'll start looking in January. These people are ready to buy.
The Christmas rush, the internet explosion, it is a real thing. Have a great day.
See you later, guys.
See you guys. Thanks, Billy.